Hey, beautiful people. Welcome to episode 77 of Tipsy Tuesday. I know it's been a while. As Martin Lawrence would say, did you miss me? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Um, well, no, we say sorry a lot when we don't need to. I'm not sorry for taking time out to, get things in order for my life and, practice what I preach kind of a thing, right? So that's what has been the case for me. But I am here and I am back and I am dedicated to May being Tipsy Tuesdays about motherhood, with Mother's Day coming up, and just thinking about like what I did last year. I did the mamathon for my mom personally, and I dedicated um, running a certain amount of miles the month of May for my mama, and sharing stories along the way with publicly, and then sharing stories with her personally on how she impacted my life. So this Mother's Day, or this May, I wanted to do something different. So I'm dedicating my Tipsy Tuesdays to the mamas and helping us mamas out. So I will be talking about my own personal challenges with motherhood, some things that I had to hurdle over, some still hurdling over maybe as well, and maybe a help to the mothers that listen and those that inspire to be mothers, or those who are like mothers to children in your lives. May it help you. So this one is entitled Co-Parenting, and my spirit says to call it part one, because co-parenting is not something you can talk about in a little 5 minute uh, video, but I do want to get this conversation started on this platform. So, I have been the married mom, the divorced mom, the single mom, the co-parenting mom, the working a whole bunch mom, the overworked mom, the tired mom. Name it, she been it. Well, now I won't say that because some kind of moms I've never been. But I will say that I have um, been new to co-parenting, and now I've been doing co-parenting for years now, and I just wanted to encourage those who are maybe in it or starting in it or having struggles or challenges with it. And maybe this will be a help. There are steps that I took to be able to do it to the level that I do it at. Um, I've had people come to me. I'm like, oh my God, like y'all just do it so well. And, da, 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 da. And I was like, yeah, it took some things. It took some steps to get to where we are. And so I am ready to start sharing some of those steps that it took. First of all, first and foremost, the first step to uh doing well at co-parenting for the children and for you and for the adults and everything is healing. That is the first step. And that may be well, we'll see. I got two written down here. Let's see what I get to. So that is the first step, okay, is to heal. And healing involves forgiving. It involves using your resources appropriately to make sure that you get the help that you need, to make sure that you are not bleeding and still moving, still trying to be a mother, and you're bleeding and you're hurt, and hurt people eventually, right? So you may want to take it out on the other parent, but it may come out in loud voices to children that did not deserve it, or people on your job or something that did not deserve it. But because you are not healed, you are functioning from a wounded place. So the first step is healing, okay? And that takes spiritual, emotional, mental, and sometimes physical healing is what I'm talking about. Okay. So uh, I first had to forgive myself. That was step number one. Step number one is to forgive myself and to uh, be at peace at where I was. I never envisioned my children being the children of a divorce. So that was my first step. My first step was to forgive myself for knowing that, you know, I couldn't give them what I envisioned, but God knew. So God knew what when I didn't know. So that was definitely step number one, was for me to forgive myself. God knew, if girl, you take this step, this gonna happen, and this gonna happen, and then that gonna happen. But if you take this step, then this gonna happen, that gonna happen. That's how that's how freedom of choice work, baby. So anyway, so that was step number one. Listen, and second of all, before I keep going, yes, you're gonna see my ring light every time I do like this. And no, I cannot take these glasses off as much as I want to for y'all because I'm also a nearsighted mama. And so I want to be able to look at my notes that I have before me. So I have to I will remember to put my contacts in next time. So I apologize for those that it may be a distraction too. Okay. So what was I saying? So healing. So make sure that you forgive yourself first. Then you may need to get help. You may need to go to therapy or counseling for the other part, but you need to also forgive the other parent. On some level, you may not ever, maybe you will get it from the other person and maybe you won't, but you need to take the steps that you need to take to forgive the other person so that you can move forward and be able to operate from a healed place. When you forgive somebody, it's not as much as for them as it is for you to be at peace so that you can move forward. Because as long as you don't hold that unforgiveness into you, it will root some very not well things to move forward in. So that is definitely the first step of co-parenting is healing. And I don't want to get too long winded. So I knew it. I knew it. This is gonna be part co-parenting is this gonna be a series, okay? But that is definitely the first step that I had to take was healing. So I just want to encourage you mothers out there that you say, I'm healed, I'm over it, is what we like to say to ourselves. But soon as a certain name is spoken or a certain scenario is spoken, your body reacts, your heart beats fast, you get flustered, you get upset, and da da da. That's not healed. Okay? So when your body lets you know that you are not healed in that area, listen and get the help that you need to actually heal from your past experiences so that you can move forward for the betterment of the children. So that is step number one, healing. A lot of us don't take that time out to do that. We just keep moving forward, and it shows in our actions that we take our children through, or the other person through healing. So, and I will end it with this. I'm not saying that I know everything that it comes to when it comes to co-parenting. I started off saying I was going to share my experience, and that's what I'm sharing, my experience, okay? And I'm not saying that it's all cookie cutter because I know for sure that it is not cookie cutter for parenting, period. But everything is different. But I'm saying I'm going to speak from my experience in these things, and it can be something that you can instill. I think that my experience is enough that it can help many in some way. So don't come at me like that ain't it, that ain't it. As the parts as the series continues. But I want you to know that no matter whether it's co-parenting or not, the best way to move forth in any situation is from a healed place. All right. So love and light to your journey. Till next time. Bye.